What is psychotic is not giving someone with breast cancer a cancer checkup. So when that judge says we're not here to talk about that, well, we are. I love you, Mum. So this is what's going to happen. You're going to get on a plane. You're going to be drugged for the first 10 hours. I'm going to meet you at the other end. I will no doubt be rude to the Australian person. I won't. I'll be very happy. And never going to speak about Australia again. All right? There'll be change. Never again. Never ever want to hear anything about it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to be reminded of any of it. I had to have, my mother can't cope with it, but I had to have an operation as a child in Australia. And do you know what they did to me? They chose my breasts over my everything. They made it so I was so scarred that I was a freak, that people would gasp. That was my childhood. And look, I'm all pretty now. Woo. But it was, and it was because the Australian doctors had decided they'd choose my breasts. Can you imagine that? Imagine being that little girl. You are a cruel, sadistic, spiteful country. Not one Australian character, and there never will be. I love you, Mum. And we will never have to speak of this again, because we are going to buy £3 jackets. We are going to go to the sea. We're going to get you another. We're just going to have so much fun. The simple fact is that my mother needs a second opinion. She said that she was drugged when she did the test, and not only that, my mother needs a cancer checkup. She's also going deaf. So in 2 years, not one worker said you seem to be having problems. You're sick, and uncaring, and cold, and all that is negative. I love you, Mum. Okay, couple of last things, and this is over with. Concerning Nori, I was very worried about Mum. She was very, very drugged, and it was horrendous. And I actually stayed up until 3:30 in the morning, and I rang my mum. Lo and behold, I knew something was wrong. And lo and behold, she's literally walking out the door with Nori to take her to, of course, Dr. Paik to be more drugged. And I plead with my mum. I say, please let me speak to Nori, please. Like, at that stage, I no time. I assumed she'd gone for the breast cancer. I had put positive thoughts, but I just didn't realise how bad the treatment was. And so I begged, please, Mum, let me speak to Nori, please. I need to know what's going on with you. I need to know what drugs you're on, And Nori wouldn't speak to me, and got my mother out of there and straight to the doctor. I in turn rang all the services. I have left a trail that, you just are not going to get away with this. This is actually to do with Tasmania. This might seem trite, but I think it's actually quite important. My mother went to a computer place, and they charged her $60 to set up an email account. I think that's what it was. I'd really appreciate it if Launceston could actually start doing things towards the elderly, because they all live there, and instead of hurting them and overcharging them and really being thoroughly rotten, I'd appreciate it if you could leave my mother alone. These are the things that I will do. You can try and ignore this, but anything happens to her, anything, I will go straight to the local courts and I will fill out a thing that you owe me $100 million, and everyone will laugh at me, but it'll go viral. And that's the thing I haven't understood about any of this, Australia, that in 2 years you just thought that I'd go away, that the internet didn't exist, and so deluded. I love you, Mum. A couple of more things to say. Unfortunately, it's a bit dark in here, but Mother, there's your coat hanging in the hallway. It's your coat. God, I'm so bad at this. God knows how I'm going to direct. And finally, when the doctor said that when he spoke to my mother, she said that she didn't want to come back. Well, Graham actually took my mum into the tourist place. The second time, and she had the money, she wanted to book the ticket. The second time she wore green pants. There's nasty green things going on, and people get upset when I wear green. Well, Mum and I don't think like that. What are you going to do? You can't knock down every tree. You can't get rid of grass. Green is an awesome colour. So she's saying, I'm getting my ticket tomorrow and I'm going to wear green pants. And I'm at the other end of the line going, kick ass. Within 24 hours, Nori had put her away. Now, this is a card from my mother. And here it says, Merry days, we don't do Christmas, and a Happy New Year, see you, well, we'll forget that part. Samantha, she loves me. Have fun. I'm so bad at this. See you. Will hang out of train window in Plymouth, Exeter. And so while I appreciate that vile piece of work that's said, no, your mother doesn't want to go to England, this is all in your head, we're going to lock her away. And when everybody went back to their nice place and I put the laptop down and looked out my view, where did Mum go? Where did you send her? You sent her back to that place. Well, the woman that I saw and the woman that I speak to does not deserve to be in a place like that. I had expected her to be moved the next day. I also, coming from a migrant country, I don't want to hear that you can't ring up overseas. Don't be so ridiculous. You're a migrant country. Every single person, unless you're Aboriginal, does not come from there. They come from somewhere else and they have family overseas. So I don't want to hear that. Or we can't ring overseas. Or no one's ever said that before. All of these things. So mother gets out. She should have been moved by now. And I didn't talk about booking the ticket because I've done a lot of travelling. Booking the ticket to me is like getting a bus ticket. It is the easiest thing in the world. I don't know why people make a big deal of it. I don't want her going. The flight goes to one flight goes via the Middle East. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. America or Canada. She, as you know, she's very ill. She's got cancer. She's allergic to Australia. My allergies come from Mum. Mum knew everything about vertigo because she has it herself.